G'day battlers, and today we're doing some Voyager Cup battles up against JayDevin and NotRandyN3wman later on in the video. Now we do have JayDevin's link to JayDevin's channel in the description below, and also my team and my opponent's teams will also be down below as well. So not sure if that's going to be a description or pinned comment or both, but it'll be down there. So if you want to see my team, their teams, it'll all be down there. Now we have a pretty good lead matchup here with Hypno up against Tropius. We can actually tank a few Leaf Blades from Tropius, and then we've also got Ice Punch here, which is going to do a whole lot of damage because he's Grass Flying typing, so it's going to be double weak to Ice. Now we have Ice Punch Focus Blast, which is not your standard moveset, and it's also not my desired Hypno moveset, but we kind of just ran with what the game gave us on the TM roulette. So yeah, we're using it. Maybe we can land a Dynamic Punch on something useful, a Focus Blast, sorry. But we were able to get shield advantage and switch advantage there, so definitely fantastic situation for us to be in. Now we're going to bring in Lanturn. We're not going to bring in Azumarill because Azumarill would be weak to the weak to the Spark, but then also weak to Thunderbolt, which the Probopass might have. So we were just like, hey, we'll bring in the Lanturn. Lanturn has the electric typing as well, so it's only going to be neutral. Now JayDevin catches the Hydro Pump on the Lapras, so definitely fantastic switch on his end there. It does like no damage and wastes all of Lanturn's energy, so we're going to go for the Thunderbolt, hope to burn the last shield on his end. I don't imagine he'll let Lapras go down at this point. Yeah, burns the shield. We still have both shields, so we've got Lanturn and Azumarill that have to take out the half health Lapras and the Probopass in the back. So we burned one shield there, and it was a Skull Bash. So we were kind of thinking, well, we'll keep our Lanturn around so that we can maybe get a Hydro Pump onto the Probopass. Thunderbolt goes through, and it does take out the Lapras, even though its defense is boosted. Now getting a charge move off here, so we just decide to let Lanturn go down, bring in the Azumarill, and go straight for the Hydro Pump. So we're going to burn a shield on whatever move he throws. I'm kind of feeling like he has Rock Slide, Magnet Bomb, and he doesn't have Thunderbolt. Goes for a Rock Slide, and we should be able to get to this Hydro Pump. If lag lets us, don't take this away from us. We get to the Hydro Pump, and boom, takes out the Probopass, and that is GG. So you will notice as this game goes on, my Pokemon, all of the Pokemon that I'm using are 1500 CP. Just kind of fun thing. I was thinking about maybe doing my regionals team all 1500 CP Pokemon, but we'll just have to see whether that's actually viable. Now we have Lanturn up against Umbreon. Umbreon also a total tank. Looks to be out bulking Lanturn just because our quick attacks are not doing much damage. Spark is really an energy generating move, not a damage doing move. So we decided to throw the Thunderbolt, hoping to burn a shield on Umbreon's end. And unfortunately, that does not happen, so Thunderbolt doesn't do so much damage to the Umbreon. Yeah, it's not really a great situation to be in. We're just going to tank these foul plays. It's not doing heaps of damage to Lanturn. We can definitely take a lot of them, but Umbreon gets to them relatively quickly, especially compared to our charge moves, so it's definitely adding up. And we're already down into the yellow, so we get a Hydro Pump off and do land it, which is definitely something that we kind of needed at this point. We needed to land the Hydro Pump. He's still able to tank it, and then he will be able to fast move us down. Take us down with Snarls. That is one way to go. Now, Hypno isn't going to be able to do much damage with confusions to the Dark type Umbreon, and we would also take a lot of damage from like a Dark Pulse or a Foul Play. So we decided to bring in the Azumarill, hope to farm down with Bubbles, and we are able to do that with it before he gets to a second charge move. Now, still all shields are still in play, and he brings in the shiny Lapras, so we already know that Azumarill is not going to be able to do much to the Lapras because both Ice Beam and Hydro Pump would be resisted, so we decided we'll bring in the Hypno. Maybe we can get a Focus Blast off, which would do a whole lot of damage, like maybe he doesn't shield for some reason, but he actually switches out into Tropius, so it's like, alright, well at least we didn't click on that Focus Blast. Gonna go straight for these Ice Punches onto the Tropius. Land one, and we've got one back to back, so we'll see if he lets both go through. I can't imagine that he will let both go through. Yeah, he doesn't. Even if he gets to a Leaf Blade, we should still be able to tank it here, although he's shielding up, so I don't know if that was... I guess we wanted to keep the opportunity to get a Focus Blast onto the Lapras in the back. And there, so yeah, that's exactly what we're trying to do. We were trying to then switch to catch the charge move, and then keep Hypno around to get the Focus Blast onto the Lapras, but that's just not how it played out. So we bring in the Azumarill, throw the Ice Beam, does burn that last shield, so that's definitely where we want to be, get to another Ice Beam straight away to finish off the Tropius, and then down he goes, and in comes the Lapras from the back. So Azumarill, this is kind of a worrying situation because JayDevin's Lapras is going to be able to get a whole lot of Skull Bashes off and just raise its defense, so a Focus Blast from Hypno might not finish it off, even though fighting is super effective, if I've got my type calculations going correctly. So hopefully he doesn't farm us down and uses up his energy to take us down. Throwing another charge move, probably another Skull Bash? No, Surf. Okay, so just keeping some energy ready to throw onto this Pokemon. We do unfortunately get to the Focus Blast, but CMP tie and he takes the game here. So you will notice that this video is fairly longer than some of my last few battle videos. So it's like 15 minutes, 16 minutes instead of the usual 12 or 13. And that is because, still same amount of battles, but just because there are so many tanks running around. Like, all of these Pokemon are just so tanky, it makes the games take a lot longer. And basically, it means we're kind of hitting you're going to see the timer at the end of a lot of these matches. So when that timer counts down, obviously whoever has the most Pokemon, or if the same amount of Pokemon the most health, will take the win. So I feel like that's actually going to happen a fair bit come regionals. If these sorts of teams are going to be the meta, lots of bulky Pokemon. So we'll definitely see how that goes. Might be some very clutch strategies of just out bulking your opponent and waiting for the switch clock to go, waiting for the game clock to go down. We'll just have to wait and see though. It's all speculation at this point. Regional's still a while away, but throw the Thunderbolt at the Umbreon. Umbreon getting a charge move back to throw with the Lanturn. It is a power play and it's going to take us out there. So again, we don't want to bring in the Hypno into Umbreon just because it is... Oh, but here we go. So, what was the logic here? Were we trying to bait out a charge move? Maybe we were trying to charge up a little bit of energy on the Hypno, and then you saw we were trying to switch out into Azumarill to catch the charge move. We actually failed twice in a row to switch into the Azumarill there. Confusion is not a move that likes to do what you want it to do. So in comes the Lapras. They're like, alright, here's our chance. Throw the Focus Blast. Can we land that sneaky Focus Blast on the Lapras? No, we can't. He burns the shield, so that is definitely unfortunate there. He was probably expecting a Thunder Punch maybe, or even a Shadow Ball would actually do a lot of damage. I think most Hypnos will have Shadow Ball on it. Throws the Skull Bash on the Azumarill. This game is pretty much lost at this point. Not much we can do, especially because he's still not shieldless. So we throw a Hydro Pump because it's... I would imagine that Hydro Pump is better than Ice Beam, although I don't actually know that. He actually ends up shielding, so that's definitely not good for us. It means we burnt a lot of energy for nothing. Yeah, and another Skull Bash. This Lapras is just getting so tanky now. In comes the Hypno. We do still have a shield, so we can probably get to a Focus Blast, but that Lapras does have a pretty big defense buff at this point. Throwing the Surf, the low energy move. Get to the Focus Blast this time, so at least we can actually land it on the Lapras, unlike the last time. Does take out the Lapras, even with the defense, but he's still got 2 Pokemon left, and we have like no health on the Hypno. It's GG at this point. We throw the Ice Punch out of desperation to maybe do something, but yeah, it is GG. So thank you JayDevin for the battles, and again, don't forget to check out his channel. I have the link at the end of the video as well as in the description. Like, I'll have one of those bubble things that you can click, go straight to his channel, but yeah, that'll be there. So thank you JayDevin for the battles, and now up against NotRandyN3wman, one of my patrons, so thank you very much for that. Now we have a good lead matchup here up against Skarmory. Again, teams will be in the description or top comment below, so a bit of lag there, but he lets us get 2 quick attacks off, so definitely good sportsmanship there. Now Azumarill versus Skarmory is actually kind of more of a tighter matchup than you would kind of think, even though it's like Azumarill up against a Flyer. So ideally you're going to want to land a Hydro Pump on the Skarmory. So we're hoping to do that straight away. Unfortunately gets shielded, so we are not in a good situation here. Probably going to have to burn a shield if we want to keep Azumarill like hanging around in this matchup with a chance. So yeah, throwing the Ice Beam now just because we're kind of thinking he's going to get to a Sky Attack before we get to Hydro Pump. So throw some energy, throw some damage out. And yeah, another Sky Attack is going to come through here. Probably not going to shield. Don't shield, let the Sky Attack come through, take out Azumarill. Now we have Gallade and Altaria in the back, so we just had to bring in Altaria. Hope that we can Dragon Breath down the Skarmory before another charge move comes through, and we were actually just able to do that. He definitely would have been like on the Sky Attack at that point. Has a Charmer though, so actually it turns out that he doesn't have a Charmer. So in this moment I was like, oh no, it's a Charmer, throw the Sky Attack and switch out. But you actually see that he's actually running Charge Beam, so that was an accident on his point there. We did end up like closing out of the match after this one. He TMs the Clefable with the correct moveset, and so any Clefable after here will have Charm, but yeah, a bit of an oopsie on his part there. Definitely check your movesets before you start bringing things into battle. Throw the close combat on the... what's it called? I can't even think of what that Pokemon is called. It's like Snake Grass. Serperior, that's the one. Thanks for the reminder, game. Now in comes Altaria, hoping that we were able to take it out before it got a Leaf Tornado on us, just because we didn't want our attack diminished. Comes back, the Clefable comes back in, we're able to throw a Sky Attack here. Lucky for us, it is not a charmed Clefable. Although I think we might have still been able to win that out in that last situation. Maybe if it had Charm the whole time, then maybe the game wouldn't have gone the way it did. But anyway, going into game 2, his Clefable will have Charm now if it appears. Now we have Hypno up against Serperior, which I'm not sure how this matchup plays out. We've got Ice Punch, which is going to be super effective. He's got Leaf Tornado, which is going to reduce our attack, which is going to be very annoying, I have to say. All of those types of moves are very annoying. I've started using Mantine in Go Battle League with Bubble Beam, going to be reducing opponents' attacks. Also makes games take kind of push to that end of the round time limit. What's the time limit? It's like 3.5 minutes. They increased it when they changed the charge move mechanics from the old tapping to the current different animations. Remember those days when you just had to tap the bubble? I remember those days. Anyway, we have Hypno gonna presumably eat another Leaf Tornado, but decide to shield up there to keep some of the health on the Hypno. Switching to Lanturn, hoping that we could somehow take out the Serperior before it got a charge move off, but I think that was a very poor play on my part, especially because the Leaf Tornado would be super effective, even though it's not doing much damage. We end up throwing the Thunderbolt just to get rid of the thing before it gets another Leaf Tornado off, so actually shields up, so we are definitely on the back foot at this point. We're going to see how much a Leaf Tornado does unshielded. More than you would like, and also bring our attack down. In comes the Clefable with Charm now, so running the correct moveset, we'll be able to take out this Lanturn, but not before we get a Thunderbolt off. Unfortunately, we have been pretty heavily reduced in our attack there, so Thunderbolt doesn't do too much damage. Now, we've still got Hypno and the Azumarill. Hypno is pretty low in health though, relatively, so we're like, hey, we'll bring in the Azumarill, hope to get an Ice Beam off. Ice Beam will finish off the Clefable at this range. Unfortunately, some combination of lag and CMP, the Clefable does get a charge move off first, so Psychic hits us, not going to do too much damage. Throwing the Ice Beam here, which will finish off the Clefable. Down it goes, and then in comes... Serperior's pretty low in health at this point. So in comes the Skarmory, so I think we might just go straight for the Ice Beam, because he would have been able to get to a Sky Attack before we could get up to the Hydro Pump. So throwing the Sky Attack and then switching out into Hypno to throw this Ice Punch. Unfortunately, we were kind of, you know, like we were tapping that charge move straight away, but the game was kind of delayed in sending the Ice Punch through, so we wasn't able to switch and catch the Ice Punch on like the 1 HP Serperior. We are luckily able to get an Ice Punch off onto the Skarmory, so not all lost here. Skarmory going to be able to take out the Hypno, and then in comes very low health Azumarill, and the Sky Attack will be able to take us out at this range. And down we go. So that is GG's there. So actually, I should probably mention now, in my team, I told these guys that I had 6 Pokemon. I was saying that Zweilous is the 6th Pokemon. Don't actually have one yet. Like, I've got the candy to do it, but my Dino is currently in a gym, so kind of waiting for that Dino to come back, which is might take a little bit longer than it usually would with the current restrictions hanging around in the country. Not advised to go outside more than you need to, so you know, maybe if someone's walking their dog and they happen to hit up the gym. But yeah, I did actually get another Dino out of the Go Battle League rewards, so pretty happy to get something that wasn't Cobalion. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see on that front. Got the candy, just have to wait and see which Dino is actually better IVs for PvP. We'll have a look though. I mean, maybe I won't even use it for this cut, but definitely a viable option. Now, he switches into the Skarmory to catch the Ice Beam here, which is an okay play, but Ice Beam is obviously still going to do a lot to Skarmory. I'm going to bit Skarmory, not as much as it would have, and it does burn up the energy, so definitely a good play on his part. We are able to switch into the Lanturn as a result though. Lanturn obviously going to have a great time up against Skarmory. We're doing super effective damage with the Spark. We've got Thunderbolt, we've got Hydro Pump. We decided to click Thunderbolt and do like, to click none of the bubbles, just do a little bit of damage onto the Skarmory. Farm up the rest of Skarmory's health to bring the energy back up, just to keep Lanturn a little bit healthier at the end of the matchup. So hoping to spark down, which we are able to do. He's still got 2 shields and he's got Serperior in the back, so I think I should have gone for the Thunderbolt here. But actually he doesn't shield, but Hydro Pump is actually resisted, so yeah, maybe not the best play on my part, but we're going to let this Leaf Tornado come through to finish us off. And now we have 2 Pokemon to take out this Serperior with, and a battery is very low there, 5%. This is like the kill the phone battles, I suppose. But Gallade shielding up the Aerial Ace. I didn't actually know that it had Aerial Ace, so that was just pure luck. And now we switched into the Azumarill, hoping to catch the charge move, which we are brilliantly able to do there. I say brilliant, not in the sense of I'm a big brain, but in the sense of like, yeah, really cool that happened. You know, like the British sort of British brilliant type of thing. But yeah, able to take that one out. So thank you NotRandyN3wman for the battles. Thank you both for the battles actually, JayDevin and NotRandyN3wman. So thank you all for watching. Really appreciate it. There's not heaps of Voyager content going out. There's also the Go Battle League videos going around. So I'm not doing the Go Battle League videos. I'm sticking to Voyager Cup. A bit of a delay between this video and the last one, but hey, it's coming. It's coming. Don't worry. And my regionals is going to be on the 5th, so definitely going to ramp up my practicing. So yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, especially that subscribe one. See you in the next video. Don't forget to thank my patrons on the way out. Lanturn1458, brajSF, NegativeBen10 and NotRandyN3wman for supporting the channel, because I really appreciate that. And this video is already pretty long as is, the darn tanks of the Voyager Cup. So yeah, I'll hang up the audio phone now and see you in the next video. Ka-chow.